I'm Mark McLean. Shave time with a shave of the day. And I'm glad that you tuned in to watch. I appreciate each and every one of my followers. All of you guys are fantastic. Thanks for the comments. I appreciate the likes and everything in general. It's just fantastic. Spot on as far as I'm concerned. You guys got it going. And I do try to follow back. If you subscribe to me and I haven't subbed back, drop me a note, let me know, and I will subscribe, because it would not be on purpose. I can guarantee you that. The shave today is going to be with Through the Fire Fine Craft soaps. Look at that. Steel. It's an angry gingerbread boy there, isn't he? A gingerbread boy. Try to say that 3 times fast. This is made with green apple, also some gingerbread, of course, and vetiver. And it smells wonderful. Delicious is the way I would say it. And I already have some pre-shave on, so I thought I would go ahead and pour out the bloom water and just get a little whiff of it, rub it into the pre-shave, and allow myself to enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Enjoying your shave of the day. And by the way, the pre-shave oil I have on is from Beaver Woodwright. There's their logo. And that's sort of what it looks like after you've scarred up the label a few times. Okay. Wiping the hands dry, because we don't want any mistakes today. We are using a blade that came from Through the Fire Fine Crafts, James Armand's special, right there. James Daniel Armand from Through the Fire Fine Crafts made this blade for me, and it's made with Kevlar, in case you haven't seen this razor before. I love it. He did a great job making the spine exactly how I wanted. Very grippy. And the way that he has this indention in the spine, in the handle, that would be on a knife, the choil, I think. C-H-O-I-L. Yeah, the choil. That's what it is. That's the vicinity, at least. And the way that he does his, or at least this particular razor, it has like an indention perfect for your thumb. And that is excellent when you're stropping it and going back and forth and stropping it. Plus, you can hang on to it like that as well while shaving, and that's a benefit. It's got an extra large monkey's tail on it, perfect for 2-finger holding. 2-finger holding, no waiting. All right, that should be great. And I have already stropped this razor, and it's ready to go. Okay, I've got a couple of new items that I'm going to show you today. First, I will wring the water out of the brushes. Yes, did I say plural brushes? I did. That's because I've got this one and this one. This is just to show you reference, basically. This one is very heavy. This one is very light. What's the difference? Okay, I'll tell you. This one was given to me by a buddy of mine named Everett Bird. He has had this particular brush along with the razor he gave me, and he's had this for many years as well. And this is one of the old-fashioned barbershop mugs from the company that currently escapes me. It just went right out the back end, if you know what I'm saying. I'll think of it, I hope, here in a few minutes. In the meantime, this is boar bristle hair. And this is the original brush he bought himself. And this was back in, well, the razor he got back in 1962, so I'm sure this was shortly thereafter. And it's an Ever Ready C40, just like this one is an Ever Ready C40. The difference? Well, this one you can see the line, and with this one, not so much. It's actually been polished down and sanded down by, let's see, who did that? Anthony McKenzie Jr. He did this job. Excellent, too. He also filled the bottom with some weight. It's got pennies, and then he sealed it with some epoxy. And so that's why it's a little heavier than this one. Not because this knot had more water in it than this. But this is a synthetic AMAC, Anthony McKenzie Jr. AMAC Sunrise knot. Synthetic. and it is uber soft. I like it. This one I'm going to keep in the original bristles because it's in like mint condition. He said he hasn't used the brush or the razor in 40 years. That's a while. And it came like mint condition, and I am really excited about using it. So I will be using this one instead of the synthetic today. He also gave me the brush and another brush that I don't have it right now in front of me, but he gave me this and Gillette twist to open razor. It's the slim adjustable, I believe. And the name of the company is not even on the mug. I mean, it's Franklin Toiletries. That's it. It just came to me. Franklin Toiletries. It looks like they would put the name Franklin Toiletries on there, but they're the guys that make this particular style. I do have a few bottles of aftershave that I have decanted, one in particular that is also brand new, in perfect shape, mint condition the way it came, and that was back in 1981, and it also came with a box. I will show you that because we will be having a little update on the bottle situation a little later on, okay? Right now I am loading up the bristles of the boar bristle Ever Ready C40 brush. And this soap smells great. I like it. And I'm sure it's going to lather perfectly because I honestly have used through the Firefighting Crafts before, and I have always enjoyed it. Maria is James Daniel Armand's wife. I want to call him Daniel for some reason. I guess that's her pet name. I better not.
I'm watching you, bro.
Anyway, James does a great job too, but Maria makes the soap, and she is a wonderful individual. And you know what? So is James. He really is. I got to know him fairly well, and when we were doing the dealing on that razor that I just showed you, and I love that razor. He made it with Kevlar scales because I love tactical knives, he said. Okay, I got it loaded. We're going to just stick it in the bottom of the cup and add just a few drops of water. Not much. We don't want too much. And you always hear the clanging of the brush when you use some of the mugs, but that's okay. I don't mind at all. Already have the pre-shave glowing on my face. We're working on a 2-day no shave. Oh wow, look at that. Marvelous. And I didn't expect it to be this great. I don't know why, I guess it's been a while since I've used their soaps. Well, you can tell that by looking at the videos. I've used them before, but it's been a while. Just had so much going on, you know, and you get different ones, you want to try them out. But if they're really good quality, like this one, you always go back to it, right? Look at that. I will tell you up front that James did give me this soap, and it has nothing to do with my being pleased about the latherability of this soap. I have already checked it out. I always pre-lather my soaps. When I get them, I pre-lather them. I want to find out. And if I don't like the scent, or if I don't like the latherability, you will not see me talk about it. I am a kind of person who doesn't like negativity. And if I were to come on and say, this soap really sucks, how many people would want to be around me if I had a negative nanny image, or a negative Nancy? I wouldn't want to be around it. But I did know this stuff was going to be great at lathering, and the scent was fantastic because I did lather it up. And I will also be honest, I'm not one to lie, so I'll go ahead and tell you. He did give me another soap. He sent 2. But it just wasn't for me. It wasn't my scent. And I'm sure that it would lather fantastically, just like all their others. But I'm going to pay it forward because it just wasn't my scent, like I said. Nothing against James or his lovely wife Maria, because everybody has different tastes, number one. Number two, everybody has different likes. You have things that you like that I may not like. And then again, there are certain scents that go with a person, and you may have a reaction to it. Not that I didn't actually try it on. I'm talking about as far as scent goes. There are some scents, and I have allergies, but there are some scents that I can smell it and it smells good to me, but if I continue to smell it, it will give me a sinus headache. So I really don't, go around trying to use products that I can't, talk about and say positive things about. And that's why I'm always positive when you see me talk about a soap or a shave product. I knew this one was good ahead of time. I won't trick ya. Okay, let's open it up and see how this big baby does. By the way, this is a 7/8 razor, 7/8. And look at the grind lines on that. It's just beautiful. It really is. And the way it feels in your hand, I was astounded by this razor. You've already seen probably another video that I had when I first got this one. I even gave it like a 2-day run that I used nothing else but this, I love it. It's wonderful. Okay, let's get the shave on the road. Whoa, that is sharp. Oh, man. And James told me that it would be shave ready. And he was right. Also told me to go ahead and strop it. I told him I planned on it, and I did. But today, I spent a little extra time on it with some Dovo pastes. That's the brand I use, Dovo. I used some iron oxide and some chromium oxide paste from Dovo. And after stropping with those, I went ahead and put some Fromm, F-R-O-M-M, Fromm's strop dressing on my 3-inch wide Latigo strop. It's a number 30 Latigo strop, or some people may say Latigo, but it's pronounced Latigo, and it did an excellent job. And this thing is even more sharp than it was the other day when I used it. And that looks great. I'm just going to check the line of my beard so I can make sure it's where I want it to be. Okay, I'll also tell you something else. I've had 2 cups of coffee. When I say cups, I'm talking about the big mugs like you see on Friends. Remember Friends? The coffee people, they always enjoyed their big cups at Central Perk, not Park, Central Perk. Yeah. I drank 2 of those, so I'm a little bit shaky. That's okay. I'll be careful. I hope. Okay, doing the opposite side now. It is early in the morning. That's why you don't hear my little buddy running around playing and He is sleeping. Got a little bit of my sideburn on that one. That's okay. There's an old cut. I didn't open it back up. That's good. That's an old cut from the other day when I had my new razor. I just gotten it in and tried it out the second time. It was the one from Silver Loaf, that big 9/8. Oh wow, it was a hoss daddy. And it just accidentally bit me right there. It happens. It really happens. Okay, sorry about the clanging. Great soap here. Excellent lathering. And the scent is really something I like. And I want a scent that I will be able to smell a little later on. It doesn't have to be, you know, the type of shave soap that lingers hours and hours or anything, but, you know, 30 minutes from now, I'd like to say, you know, I smell pretty good. Okay, here we go. Right now we're going to, since I didn't finish before on my mustache, I'll let that soak a little bit more and soften up with the lather, as well as the goatee area. I'm going to do the lower beard line, and that's the area where it used to grow really thick. So I have to trim it out first, and I like to get it straight. Before I do the entire neck shave. Got another buddy that I'm talking about wet shaving to. His name is Arturo Segura. He is from Texas, or Tejas, and he is going to get into wet shaving. Did a little bit of looking around, pricing razors and brushes, etc. online yesterday. If he is really serious, right now I'm more or less just feeling him out and wanting to see how, you know, what he thinks. You'll probably be watching this. And if he does, then I'll tell you ahead of time, this, in case you're serious about this, I will go ahead and send you some soaps, and I'll get you into wet shaving, but only if you're serious. Okay? I had a little hair, I couldn't find it. Finally did, and it wasn't from the brush, it was a granddaughter hair. Okay. And that needs a little water, but I'm just going to let it sit and moisten the whiskers a bit. I've already trimmed out the bottom line of the beard. Now I'm going to do straight down neck shave. Here we go. Wow. I say that because it's really sharp. Very sharp. Scary sharp. That's about the best way to say it. People have said that about my knife sharpening business, Mirrored Edges. And I like that. I like to have a razor, and I like to have a pocket knife that's scary sharp. Getting over that Adam's apple part is really something that's sort of touchy. You have to be careful. There's a hair, and this one's one of mine. Back to what I was saying, you have to really be careful around the Adam's apple with a straight razor anyway. I'm pushing my neck tight with a towel. I could do my fingers, but sometimes if I use my fingers, it gets some of the shave cream on it and then it slips. But the towel keeps it from slipping. Here we go. Man, that's sharp. I like it though. That's very enjoyable to have a razor sharp that you know it's going to work. I had a little wild hair there I had to get rid of. When I do this, I'm checking for any spots that I may have missed. I didn't really miss any spots, but it's like right here, I usually have a spot right there that seemingly doesn't get shaved as deeply as the others. Same on this side as well. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of water into the mug. A lot of the guys on the Shave Mug Society, one of the shaving groups I'm a member of, bunch of great guys there. In case you're new and you're on Facebook and you're new to wet shaving, then I suggest you look them up. A bunch of good guys. Back to what I was going to say, I first saw this mug on the Shave Mug Society, that group, because a lot of guys on there collect mugs and they have all kinds of scuttles. And if you're saying, what's a scuttle? Well, I had one. I don't have one any longer. I'm afraid I sold it to a fellow wet shaver who needed one more than I needed one. So I feel good when that's happening. Let someone get something they're in need of or wanting and never have owned. He had never owned a scuttle before, so I was happy to make him a proud owner. All right, we're going to do the upward pass right now and take it from there. A lot of the tips that I was given when I first started wet shaving with a straight was when you did the pass to make several small strokes, as I was just exhibiting there for you. Sort of like this. Just several small strokes. And I don't always do that because, well, now I know how to use a straight razor. But when I first started, it was very important and it helped me progress. It really did. A lot of great people out there who were ready to help me learn. And they did. I would say it took me, I would guess about a month before I was truly, learning enough that it was becoming second nature, or like driving a car, the muscle motor memory was kicking in. After 2 months, pretty much had it nailed. I really like this boar bristle brush. You can face lather, see this? And that's really strong. Talk about some backbone. Man, that brush has some backbone to it. It really does. Okay, I'm going to trim around the mustache area now. I want to make sure it's right and I don't cut into it. That looks good. Now the opposite side. I wipe it off so I can see the hairline and make sure that I haven't missed anything. And that looks pretty decent right there. I'm going to go ahead and put a little more lather on the goatee. Or as one buddy of mine said, that V shape. And we won't say what else he called it. I think you know. If not, then message me and we'll talk. Perfect. Now, oh, I see something I missed. It was covered up with some lather. Let me see if I can let you see this as well. That light sucks. See the hairs there? I missed it. Got it. Yeah. So, all of that is pretty nice. So don't have to worry about that part. But I will go back and check the neck area. I'm going to have to put just a little bit of water on the tips of the brush. This soap is nice. Have you paid it forward lately? That's what I want to know. Have you helped someone get into our hobby of wet shaving so we can pass along the tradition, you know, to the younger generation? Doing the upward pass now. Excellent. You know, I can't stress enough the importance of using some type of moisturizer, something to revitalize or rejuvenate your skin and moisturize it following a straight razor shave especially. Nice. There's that spot. Seemingly one little spot right there every time. I think maybe it's the way that I just approach it. I'm not sure. But all I know is I get to go back and have some more fun. You can hear it there. Or I can. I'm not sure about the about the camera picking it up, but I hear it. It's just sort of like the nap. That's what it's called, the nap of the neck, or the nape, some people call it, but it's the nap. You heard that saying, "You nappy-headed boy"? That was a song, wasn't it? You nappy-headed boy. That was Stevie Wonder from the album Songs in the Key of Life. Oh, yeah, that was a great song. That is it. I am finished. Jeez, Jeez Louise. Awesome soap. It's called Steel from Through the Fire Fine Craft. And some excellent soap. Green apple gingerbread vetiver. I like vetiver. It's nice. And that stuff smells excellent too. Right now I'm going to put on some sandalwood from Captain's Choice. And this should help to close all the pores. And it binds. It is a binding type of aftershave. It binds. It's not bad. It's not real strong, but it's, well, it's strong in the alcohol department. It'll set you on fire. But it's not that, not bad. It smells pretty decent. Speaking of good smelling stuff, have you seen or smelled this before? Calvin Klein makes it. Dark Obsession is the name for men, and it is wonderful. It's not so strong that it will overpower or drown out your aftershave or your shaving soap, so you don't have to worry about that. But it is something that you will get to enjoy for a little while. Nice smell, really good. Dark Obsession, Calvin Klein makes it. Good stuff. And then I sort of just pat it down. That way I leave a copious amount on my face and my skin so it can absorb into the skin, and the pores are already closed, so I don't have to worry about that going into the, what is that? Oh, okay. Whiskers. I don't have to worry about that going into, you know, the pores and causing like a zit or an infected hair or follicle because of the oil that's in there. And that's why I put on my aftershave first before the post-shave cream or balm, whatever the case may be. And that is it. That helps me to reach host status. Host status is here. Thank you very much. And thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And once again, thanks to Everett Bird. He's a guy that I met recently while going to physical therapy. And he's a good gentleman. Thanks again if you get to see this. Also, if you are Arturo Segura, then I expect to see you wet shaving soon, my buddy. Hang in there, folks. Get out there and have some fun. Peace.